there, everybody. Welcome back to the Planes, Trains, and Comic Books channel. My name's Matt, and today we're going to review A Legacy of Violence #1. But before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, subscribing, commenting, it really helps me out and lets me know what you guys want to see more of. So, with that being said, let's get straight into it. All right, we got the cover here for A Legacy of Violence #1. It is a Mad Cave comic, and it is by Bunn, Moody, and Wooten. And we start off with a bang on the first page. We see there is a man tied up in some sort of room, and we see his captor here on the side with his creepy skull mask. And it seems like the captor has been torturing this man for at least a couple of days. Then we cut to Atlanta, it's 1986, and we see that the man who is being tortured is now at a hospital. And the doctors at this hospital think that this man has done some sort of self-harm, and the man begins pleading with this doctor named Dr. Nick Shaw, and telling him that he did not do this to himself. And Dr. Shaw, being a good doctor and having a good bedside manner, he tries to talk to the man and find out who did this to him then. And in the process, he says his name is Dr. Shaw to the patient. And at hearing this, the patient freaks out. He breaks his bonds on the table and he grabs Dr. Shaw and he's saying, "I found you," like he was looking for a doctor named Shaw. And when he finally stands up fully and he grabs the doctor, he pulls him close, and the patient says to Dr. Shaw that he didn't do it to himself, and then just says the words, "Unit 731. And that's where I'm going to stop it. I don't want to spoil anything else. So this book actually came out last week, but my store did not have it in stock. So I was able to get a copy this week, so I figured I'd review it, since I've been wanting to check this book out ever since I saw the cover. And as you guys saw, there's definitely a lot of craziness in this book. It definitely starts off intense. The writer, Cullen Bunn, is generally a pretty good horror writer. I've read a lot of stuff I like by him and some stuff I don't, so he's kind of hit or miss with me. After that first initial scene, the book kind of changes its tone and slows down a bit, but by the end, it definitely leaves you with a cliffhanger and makes you want to read more. As far as the art goes, I'm a big fan of Andrea Moody. I like a lot of his other horror series that he does, like Bunny Mask and Killer of Manhattan. He definitely has a style that you can tell automatically it's him, which could be good or bad depending on if you like him or not, obviously. But for me, I think his art really fits that horror tone in most of the books that he does. So I do think this is a pretty good start to a horror series. It definitely punches you in the gut right away, but it did have that slowdown section in the middle where the story kind of resets and it introduces you to a bunch of new people. So I can see that some people might not like that. It was a little jarring to me, but I didn't mind it too much. So I'm gonna give this book a 3 out of 5. I definitely think if you're a fan of like psychological horror or maybe even slasher movies like Saw, this book is probably up your alley. So if you saw anything you like, definitely go pick that up at your local comic book store, and we will see y'all in the next one.